wanted to ensure that this space offered a benefit to the community at large, right? So we made a proposal to the mayor at the time, which was Mayor Menino, that we have a business incubation space here to support someone if they were interested in starting a business or to support the surrounding businesses in the Roxbury Dudley Square area. So we had initially proposed that space for this entire sixth floor, right? And we put together a solid proposal, made our pitch, and presented the plan to not only the mayor and the city at the time, but also the community so that they could have some input into what we wanted to see in this community. And of course, the mayor passed on, new administration came in, and we sort of followed Mayor Walsh around like a shadow, right? And to ensure that that conversation could continue. And about a month or so into his administration, he announced the creation of what's not on this floor, but on the second floor, the Roxbury Innovation Center. And so we were honored that he did that, but the genesis of that really came from the community, right? So when women talk about owning stuff and ensuring that you're getting credit for something, the idea of having a space that was interactive and involved and engaged the community at large came from the people who live here, came from the people who are vested here, right? So it didn't come from city government. But we were glad that the mayor heard that and created this space, and now we have the Roxbury Innovation Center along with additional spaces in the building, such as the one that you're currently sitting in. This is called the community space along with the Sky Deck. And so SkyLab came about as an organization or a social enterprise to really take a deep dive into entrepreneurship and what does it mean to be an entrepreneur. And so what we offer is training, workshops, seminars, and then all of the other traditional things that you hear about that goes along with being an entrepreneur. We'll have fireside chats and TED Talks and what we call them Rocks Talks, and we call our fireside chats. And we hold seminars, and we do it in partnership with the operators of the Roxbury Innovation Center, which is Venture Cafe that came out of CIC. Because a larger vision is to, again, connect neighborhoods with the emerging innovation economy that is happening across the state. So SkyLab is here to look at what the community's needs are around entrepreneurship, both from if you want to start a business and also from the existing businesses that are here. How can we help you to go to scale? How can we help you to stay in the community? Because what's the larger sort of issue that is looming in communities of transition, such as Roxbury, is this whole idea around gentrification and displacement, and how do we ensure that the people who lived here are able to stay here and maintain their existence in this community as the community is transitioning. So we see ourselves, again, as I said, that on-ramp to entrepreneurship, but also that voice that ensures and creates that space for folks to grow here, to develop here, to contribute here, and to create either products or services that not only benefit their immediate community, but also the larger community of Roxbury. So that's our goal. And I was excited today because what we heard coming from our panelists was around work-life balance and integration and how that happens, and is it possible for women to have it all. I'm a mother, I'm a single mother. I have my 20-year-old here who's a student at Northeastern in the MBA school, and it was difficult to be in that role. But what I did, and I really resonated with what the women were saying, is that I positioned her for success. I positioned her for certain things that she now has to go after for herself. So from the time she was little, I put her in her little carry-on, and we were out to meetings. So she knew that she had to function in these spaces, and it wasn't like something odd to her. So she didn't have that tantrum. She didn't fall out because she was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be out late. you know, till 8, 9 o'clock, and that's how I sort of raised her. And now, you know, she's able to network on her own, and her name is Madison, and she's able to navigate the various circles that she needs to navigate. We also heard today about value, right? And it goes back to how even SkyLab was created, or this having this space, this community space, and that what we as women of color, need to understand is that we have value, and we shouldn't be ashamed to say that we have value, right? And our communities have value, and how do we deliver that message, I think, is key to ensure that people recognize the value that we can either bring to an institution, or how we bring value to our communities, or whatever circles we find ourselves in, that we ensure that we create that picture and create that and have that voice that say that we're to be valued, and to express that clearly and articulately, so that we can move our agenda forward. And then we also heard about how to navigate, you know, different waters, and also who our champions are, right, and the networks that we're a part of, and who do we seek out. I found it interesting as a woman, a Black woman that started a social enterprise, that my support oftentimes didn't come from people that look like me, right? And you have to be open to where support comes from, right? So it's often white males that said, I want to support you, I want to invest in you, and I had to be open to that, right? I had to be open to their networks, their knowledge, their experience, and all the insight that they wanted to then pour into me to ensure that SkyLab would be a success. So I think it's important for us to not be so tunnel vision in terms of where our champions come from, who they are, and what they can afford and offer us as women in the various sectors and the various fields and areas that we're in, because many of them can offer us that just added support that we need to take us to that next level. Because it's not only that the champion comes with their expertise and their knowledge, they come with a network as well, right? And if they're introducing you to their network, they're trusting you that they're also positioning you and trusting you that you can be in another circle, right, that moves your career forward. So again, I just like to welcome all of you here. We hope to have a long relationship with NSBE, right, and to have some more fabulous events. Hopefully we can open up the Sky Deck in about a month or so, and have some amazing events here in this space. But also we are, as I said, we're working in partnership with Cambridge Innovation Center Venture Cafe on the second floor. There are 3 spaces in that area, so there's a larger classroom, there's a larger networking room, and then we also have a design center. And in the design center, that's where you get to prototype a concept or an idea. It's a smaller fab lab. The larger fab labs are over at with Neil Gershenfeld, that's Vincent Adams, and over at SETC, which is Mel King's shop. But we do have a smaller fab lab here, and we work with the local schools in the area. So a number of BPS students come over and utilize that space to test out, you know, what is, you know, being on a 3D printer, using a shop bot, using a laser cutter. And those are the things that we want to offer our community, right? So there's access and opportunity available right here in Roxbury. So again, welcome. Thank you for coming out, and we look forward to working with you again. Yes. I'm here after.
Okay. I guess I'll just kind of close things out. Bridget is somebody that I've fangirled over for the past 3 years, I think. We were on the Black MBA's operations committee together, and when she was still in her urban planning mode, she was the person who would like come to meetings and say, hey, you guys, you know, this is where they're building train lines, this is where you need to buy property, that kind of thing. So she's incredibly invested in Boston and in making sure that diverse talent stays in this area, and that as all of these opportunities and the surges are happening, that we get an opportunity to take advantage of those things. So I'm super grateful to Bridget. She talked about programs that they'll be doing here in the space, and we'll make sure that we're circulating those so that folks get to take advantage of it and learn more about Roxbury and Dudley Square and again, different things that you guys can take advantage of. So quickly, NSBE Boston announcements. We have a bunch of programs coming up, especially with the national conference taking place at the end of March. So next Saturday, we're supporting a program called E3 Mentoring. They're looking for female professionals to spend a day with students grades 6 through 12. Somebody help me out. Okay.
It's at the Microsoft Center.
It's at the Microsoft Nerd Center. I want to say it's grades 6 through 12. So if you guys have time to spend, it's 4 to 6 p.m. rather. Spend time mentoring students, talk to them about your professional paths, especially in the STEM disciplines. We did post something, I think, on Facebook this morning about it, and we'll send out more information about ways that you guys can get involved. But you've heard our panelists speak about it, you've heard Bridget speak about it now. We should all care about our own progression, but we also need to make sure that every point or at every stage in our careers, we're looking back at the folks that need a voice like ours. And shout out to the students that are here today. We have folks all the way from Hanscom's Air Force Base, and then some of the students from the Pioneer Charter Science School of Science up in Saugus. So thank you guys for spending your Saturday afternoons with us. When I was in high school, it would take a lot for me to come on a Saturday.
You're already at school.
What? See, they work you guys too hard. So there's that. The week of the NSBE conference, that's the week of March 21st. Monday, March 21st, we're having a pre-conference networking event. It's a Celtics outing. You guys have likely seen some announcements about it. It should be a lot of fun. If you have not gotten your tickets, make sure to do so. The conference is the 22nd through the 27th. The couple of events that are open to the community, if you're not registered for the conference itself, include the Wednesday Innovation Fair, which is open to the youth. So students grades 3 through 12, it's like, I'm told that it's supposed to be like Iron Man's lab, and there's going to be cool stuff everywhere and sound stages, and it should be a lot of fun. So I've already spoken to your school about it. Okay, and you guys are going to be there, so awesome. That evening, or the next evening, Thursday, March 24th, we're having an entrepreneur networking event. So for existing entrepreneurs, there are opportunities for you guys to set up displays. And then for folks in the community that are just interested in entrepreneurship, you are able to register and attend just that event. And then on the Friday evening, we're having an event called the All Black Soiree. And that one is geared more towards professionals. It's looking to recognize organizations and individuals who are doing outstanding work in sustainability, innovation, STEM, and then positively impacting the community. So it'll be a chock-filled week. Oh, and I forgot, next Wednesday, because it's actually very timely given where our discussion went at the end of the panel. We're having a session, we're partnering up with the NSBE chapter at MIT, and it's on negotiating your salary. So it seemed like there's a lot of interest around that today. I'm interested, I know I can still learn a lot. So if you guys are looking for more details, it's on the NSBE website, it's on the Facebook page, all of that good stuff. And that's all I got. Oh, one more thing.
Just some housekeeping. If you have not logged in, which is most of you, please see me. I'll be right there